Let's switch.
All right.
Since you were so worried about this, this about you, Miko.
Oh shit.
Advice for Miko. This is our segment. So as fathers, and of course we all got kids that we can account for.
The court said it wasn't mine.
Right. What's something that Miko can look forward to as a father?
Oh shit.
Dude, before we got off on the tangent of the heart attack, the other day when my daughter surprised me and went and finished the move of my house without me
Oh, that's
asking.
dope.
And she called. She said, "Daddy, I thought you was gonna meet me at the house at 8 o'clock." I said, "I couldn't be there. I was at the hospital." So I'll be there in about 20 minutes. And I was going through one of those, and they'll tell you after a heart attack, you just go through these moments where you just so depressed. And I was just sitting in the car, just depressed. And I was like, well, I'm on my way. All right, she said, take your time, I'm finished. I said, you finished? You mad? She said, no, I'm finished with the house, Daddy. Only thing you got to do is just come put the stuff in the back of the truck. And dude, I couldn't move. I sat there and cried for 20 freaking minutes, bro. And it was just this girl, 35 years old, and still love her dad unconditionally. You know, my 32-year-old loves her. You know how Chelsea is about that. My girls love me.
They do.
Unconditionally.
They
no
daddy's
matter,
girls.
I can't do nothing wrong.
Facts.
My son, 36 years old, we had this thing, and my son would say, since he was old enough to talk, I said, who your buddy? He said, you are. Who your pal? You are. And we always been that way. 36 years old, 6'4", 250 pounds. He still know that I still know this boy loves me unconditionally. And so, first of all, make sure you find the right woman. My mama told me don't ever have sex with nobody you don't want to be a mother of your child.
That's hard to do.
Hold on, I'm gonna say about 80%.
Hold on, that was back in the day.
Right.
Right. No, I agree with that.
No, I definitely
hard
do.
to
got
do.
to have
I mean,
somebody
I
that-
agree, but that's hard to do.
Because you can't tell the future.
I mean,
You
no,
can't-
no,
'cause
not only that, it's like,
You know they ain't shit when you fuck, but that ass,
right,
but
right, exactly,
mama,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Woo,
Like,
her grandma
see
fucked
something-
up and everything.
That was that North Carolina.
You see, hey,
She got out. She put up in the crib in a Lincoln, goddamn. But you know, goddamn, that ass get out, walk them titties pushed
Right.
up. Hey, no, but that's a. I've always bought about it for. I've taken Russian roulette chances, meaning took the rub off with women who I'd be like, you know what, if it happened, you know, this wouldn't be a bad choice. But the rest of them, I super duper strap up. But
man,
Go
kids was my worst fear.
Word?
Yeah, like I mean, you know, people be like, HIV, STDs, like nah, I just don't want no kids.
I ain't gonna lie, I feel
I
that.
was more afraid about. I'm even now, like I'm more afraid of having kids than getting a STD or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
So, I mean,
I don't know what it is. It's just the fact that like that's for life, and
Right.
you know, some diseases could be for life too,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's for life. And then like when you do have kids, bro, just like love your kids, man. Love on your kids. Like make sure you let them know that you love them. You know what I mean? Like I didn't grow up in a family like my family wasn't real touchy feely, huggy. I love
Yeah.
you every day type. You know, I know families like that, and I've seen families like that. But like I knew that they loved me. You know what I'm saying? Because they would do things for me, or they would, you know, life lessons
Yeah,
and
hell
stuff
yeah.
like that. So like that's
I
my
grew up the same
advice
way.
to you is to love on your kids. You know what I mean? Love on who, if you haven't, you know, even if you got like stepkids and, you know, later on in life, you might not, like, I can't have no kids. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But she has one. Love on them because
Hey,
you
I-
are going to be an integral part of their life.
I've been a stepdad before.
And they're going to look at you in a different light. You know what I'm saying? Just like he was saying, like he can't do no wrong. Like I think I can't do no wrong, especially to my son. Like he think I can do everything.
Look,
Daddy, just go fix it. Like I can't fix that. Like you know all electronic stuff. Like no, I don't. Like can't fix no cars, son. Like,
I'm gonna tell you this, man. My son,
That's hilarious.
regardless of like I told y'all, he be up late with his mom or whatever. It's one thing for me to call my son. I know he be, you know what I'm saying, busy, not doing nothing in life. But when he called me,
Yeah.
and be like, "Hey, Daddy, I just You know, I was thinking about you. I'm like, what?
Right.
His mom told me.
No, don't it?
His mom told me the other day, and I ain't an emotional person by any means. My son, sometimes like
That's crazy. The biggest dudes in the room are the most emotional.
Right.
That's crazy.
Sometimes I do this thing with my son where I'll be like, I make him some food, and I'll be like, or if I buy him some food, I want to eat his food, so I'll be like, hold on. I'm about to taste it and see if it's poison. My son took that to heart.
Yeah.
And so he tell his mom, like, Mom, my dad loved me so much, he always tests my food out to see if it's poison. And so one day he was like, and we went to a baseball game not long ago, and she was like, your son really think that I had some nachos, I took one of them, I dipped it, she was like, Mom, he's trying to make sure it's not poison. And she was like, your son really believed that, right? I was like, all right, cool, I can get him. You know what I'm saying? It'd be small things like, my son, it's that discipline is there always, right? And then I have to actively make sure that he knows that I love him, especially because I used to work with traumatized kids, so I know what they go through. And no matter what you do, my mom used to have them damn near a ring on every finger. Damn. And after we got past the whooping point, my mom used to punch us in our damn chest. But that wasn't as traumatizing to me as the notion of like my mom loved me and made sure she knew. As an adult, I reconciled like this was the thing that she felt like she had to do to induce some level of discipline when she didn't feel like she had enough control with her words. But my mom, if anybody ever asks, that they love you regardless of whatever amount of discipline, like Mel was saying, your kids is really going to always pour into you. And that's kind of why I want a girl, so I can, one, soften up, and two, I know my son going to be out. My son going to be in these streets. My son going to live his life, and I'm going to want him to.
Right.
But I know having a daughter, and I'll say, having a daughter when she softened me up and I'm going to be all that type of mushy, she going to be looking at me like an idol. You know what I'm saying? In terms of what Dame was saying, I'm still petrified. I got a wife. I feel like I chose right, regardless of what go on. I'm still scared of having a kid where I'm over planning, and my wife be like, "Man, why are you doing all that? We just going like I'm over planning." People ask me when we gonna have a kid. I'm scared. She in school. I get to use that as the thing, but I'm still scared because it is a forever thing. It is a lifetime investment. I am essentially gonna have to marry these children as well, and I have to get past the fear of having another kid and whatever consequence happens after that. Am I prepared enough? Am I going to be married for the rest of their life? What am I going to give them into this world, and what world am I going to send them in? All of that is kind of petrifying to know that, and you never really get confirmation, as it's a thankless job being a father. You never know if you're doing it right. You get these little trinkets, these little moments. You get the affirmation from your companion or from your mom if you are not together. Like you don't know, and that's kind of scary. But the beautiful thing about it all is you get to see this thing manifest. You get to see a kid that that couldn't do shit, would drool on you and shit on you. And luckily, I ain't never been shit on.
Max ain't never shit on you.
I'm disciplined. He shitting on himself before he shit on. He pissing on himself before he piss on me.
That didn't happen.
I'm like,
plenty of times.
I have
plenty of times.
And yesterday, day before yesterday, my Jam called. He told his mom when he got out of summer school, he said, "I want to go to my papa house." And she like, "You don't want? Nah, just drop me off at my papa house." He's 8 years old. KK. I mean, I was leaving. That was one thing that helped me up. They was coming in when I was leaving, and they was just like, "Oh, Papa," and dude, that's something that I don't care how many nights I done stayed up on the road. I don't care how many foxholes I done slept in. Just to hear them say Papa, just to hear my son just say, "Hey, Pop," just send you a quick text to say I love you. Just like you said, man, that's just little simple phone calls. Those things is, I mean, I mean, somebody can come up here today and give me $1 million and say you can never see your family again, and I say burn it. You know, because that's how important my family is to me. And I think the both of y'all with kids, y'all are, and everybody know, my girls know, if a guy lays hands on you or somebody hurts you, the last person you need to tell is me, because you'll never see me free again. Bottom line, Mike Tyson can put his hands on one of my babies, my daughters, my son, my grandbabies, anybody. I'm going to jail for life, right? It's nothing, nowhere you can hide.
Well, Melvin, that's not fair. That's not fair.
And it's funny you said, because my sisters and my moms are the same like that with me. I get all the bad news very last if they tell me
When the problem finished.
right. And I have to. But if I ever get bad news, one they know, and I know it's reached a point where, like, I really got to step in and I can fix it. And on top of that, it's really bad because they know how. And I give my mom, my sisters credit for this. They know how, one, nobody's gonna stop me. Like you're gonna need a real force to stop me. And two, they know how hard I'm working and building things, and how far I've come that I can easily jeopardize all that work and all that future prosperity for the future.
That feeling you have now, and take when you even harder once you have a girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
now,
man.
just your daughter's 20 years old.
Right.
But just imagine if she called you right now and say, Fred just slapped me, Daddy.
Oh,
she's in Warner Robins.
Yeah, I'm going to Warner
You
Robins.
ain't going to say bye to her.
Right.
The Porsche going to be on 2 wheels. And by south. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely.
You know, but so just imagine that. And you got a boy, but it doesn't matter. Let his mama call you. You ain't even going to say bye to us. They had to have a bib on it by the time you get out of here. I mean, but that's what having a kid is, man. It gives you a different type of unconditional type love, and that's what made me stop believing monogamy, because I said,
he don't want to let this shit go for. I'm trying to spare him. Goddamn,
that's the campaign.
I'm trying to change the world. But that shows how you can have this deep love you can have for another person that you love above yourself. Once you have a kid, the love you have for yourself is second nature. And I hear people talking about, you eating and your kids starving. I can't imagine that.
I can't imagine it. Right.
I can't imagine.
Mm-hmm.
If I ain't ate in 20 days and my child sat up there and they ate yesterday, they're gonna eat tomorrow too. You know,
it's just like when I see sometimes when I see like cancer patients and their kids and their parents are there, it's like they want to jump in their body and take the pain for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different type of love.
I believe
you know
that.
what I'm saying? Like, if like, say I was my son had the heart attack or something like that, like, I would want to take that on for him instead of him taking that. You know what I'm saying? That burden, and that's how you really feel when you become a father.
Damn, man.
When you become a father, you like, man, I'm gonna take a bullet for this dude.
Right.
Like, if he, somebody jump in here right now with a pistol, I'm gonna jump on him and just cover him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just how.
That's
crazy.
Or my daughter too.
The 180 for me came where I was like Dame. I wanted to be the best uncle. I'm like Melvin. I want to be the best granddad. Like I never looked for. I wanted to be a granddad before I wanted to be a dad. You know what I'm saying?
Granddad right now.
Right. You get to give them back.
Like, I want my daughter to get out of school, but I'm like, I want to be a granddad. And she
Right.
Like, nah, I ain't having no kids. Like, what?
Like she
I
just
gotta wait like another
right 10 years.
15 years now.
Wait.
Like I gotta wait another 15 years. Like, I'm gonna be old, dude.
Right. And it's funny,
I'm
like
really be a dad.
it's funny. I might call my dad on this episode. He called me.
Oh man, you should always call him, man.
I'm about to call him on the episode. We doing the Father's Day episode. I'm gonna call him and see if he pick up. He just called me, but I just think that I don't really get emotional when it comes to him, but the emotions is always there. and it's one. I'm so glad that me and my dad have the relationship we have now, because every time I talk to my dad, he expressed that he wished things were different. And my dad is a recent dad too, because he got two of them younger than my son, right? One of them is just turned a year. And the interesting thing is, I see his regret, and I see, him wanting to have done more. And it's a shared thing. I wish he would have done more. Right. But I can't do nothing about that, and he can't either. One, he's doing a great job with my younger siblings, and he still does a great job with me. We talk now like we brothers. We talk for hours sometimes. Sometimes it's funny because now we talk like I'm giving him advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, and he'll ask me like, yo, man, I'm stuck in this situation. What should I do? I bought my home 2 years ago. He bought his house maybe right before the pandemic. He say, well, it's different now. What do I do? I love sharing that information and having these moments. We get to share cigars. Like, it's an amazing feeling going up, but it's also that amazing feeling going down. And I be looking at my son like, damn, whatever discipline I give you and however, you going to still have to live your life. And I'm really excited about how that's going to look. And what that's gonna look like as he get older. I'm like, damn, he's 7. I remember, I felt like I was young at 23 having him. So now he about to turn 8. I'm like, damn, what he gonna be like at 10, 12, 15, and who is he gonna become? And the other part is even though there's a strong attachment, it's gonna also be the detachment that he is his own individual.
Do you have an anxiety now that you may make a mistake
Nope.
as you're going through?
My one rule is don't die in my presence. I've done a pretty damn good. My son has never fallen on his head with me. We got close. He was at the ground, but he fell off that bed. He looked at me with so much joy that his head didn't hit the ground. I don't have that anxiety because I realize I'm gonna give you what I got from the world, and try to give you a little more to set you up to be in a better position. And then you got the other side, that's your mom, and she's imputing certain things on you. And after a certain point, I'm going to have to let you go. And my hope is when I let you go, you understand where you can go to if you need anything. And after that, you're going to make your own decisions. I'm going to bail you out one time. Hopefully we give you enough to make strong enough discerning decisions that my greatest hope is that he's going to be a nerd. I hope my son is a nerd.
Son is a super nerd.
I hope he a nerd.
He don't even like sports.
Man, that is such a good.
Man, we trying to push him so hard in this baseball.
Man, I said I wish my son wouldn't have been the coolest guy on the block. He was always the coolest guy on the block. From the time he was 4 or 5 years old, he always been the super cool kid. Those are kids who had the hardest time. The nerd kid, like me, I was picked at in school. We talked about last episode. I was picked at in school. So now when I go home, I peaked.
At the right time. At the right time.
So if you have a kid that's a nerd like Jam, I've been with Jam more than the rest of the kids over the last couple of months. And Jam, he's like a nerdy kid. He sticks to himself, but then I coach his football team. He goes out there. He's the best kid on the team, but he don't have the arrogance to go with it because he goes out there, and when the coach talk, he's like this. When the coach tell him to do a drill, he's gonna get it the first time because he's listening. Because he feel like if I listen, I learn this. I don't have to. And I told him, I said, Jam, your pants is hot water, man, because he had went through a growth spurt. I said, did they pick at you in school? He said, Papa, I don't care. I don't listen to what people say. I said, he was 7, and I said, 7 years old. This guy got it.
Yeah, that's mature as hell, man.
My son is an interesting person, man. So I was talking to him the other day about why he needs to learn how to defend himself. So my son he likes the idea of things. I want to go to ninja camp. You're going to have to run, right? Oh, no, I don't have to go to ninja camp. And I said, well, what happened if you like get bullied? He was like, well, I'll just stick to myself. And I was like, a part of it is that anxiety to be like, damn. And your kid's personality is gonna develop early. If you're a bully, you're gonna be a bully at 4 years old.
Gotcha.
Like it's kind of cemented, and then after that, you gotta. I mean, through the process, you still gotta do these things to nurture the good qualities in them to try to push. It's a very fine line between somebody that's going to be a dictator and somebody that's going to be just a quality leader.
Yeah.
And it's all about what you give them and what sometimes, and it's the individual aspect that you was talking to. I can't, if I'm both of y'all parents, I can't give you this, I can't discipline you the same way. You don't got the same personality. You're not going to receive the same speech the same way. My brother needed whoopings. My older brother, and he's at 33, he's rounding out to be a more calm person, to understand who he is, and be like, I don't want to fuck with nobody, man. It's just about me living my life and setting it up the way I want. And my mom knew that she didn't need to whoop me as much. She would do it for balance.
Right.
She would do it for balance. Like, we'll both get in trouble. She'd be like, she'll be surprised though. Yeah. And I realized, like, my mom looked at me one time and she was like, and you?
Right.
I was like, wait, why are you more surprised that I did the same thing he did?
Yeah.
She knew that the characters of her kids to say, I'm surprised that you did this.
Right.
Especially because I wasn't a follower unless it was for my brother, which is when I got in trouble. But, man, I got a lot of faith in Miko, the father that Miko is. I always joke with him and say, I can't wait till these ideas meet the scenarios.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm still excited about that. One, I'm excited about who he choose, and then two, when that baby come, I'm a ridicule him too. Miko,
all
calm
y'all
down.
gonna babysit. I just want all y'all to know that. All y'all got babysit.
You better line that up with ours, shit. You better line it up with ours. But
Definitely a different feeling though, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, man. It's one of them things where it's like, I ain't gonna lie, I do sometimes be having baby fever, which is crazy.
you the only guy I know that have baby fever, to be honest.
I don't have it. Also, I have
Because you be pulling out.
Hilarious. But so before
I
Game is
started
terrible.
having it at like 6. I wanted 10 kids, bro.
you always been a family
I always
man.
been, ever since I was old enough to start thinking, I always wanted kids, man. My wife after the third one, she couldn't have any more. And then God blessed me with 11 grandkids.
Yeah, you do got a lot of
That's the
grandbabies. You got a
part of me
clan
that
of
always
grandbabies.
remains hopeful and selfish. Mostly because I'm like, all right, at this point, I don't want to. I think about retirement backwards, right?
Yeah.
So I know that if I got 11 kids, that's gonna push me back. It's either gonna push me back or push me forward into the work I feel like I have to do.
I want to ask y'all this because